Many thanks for staying with us here on Newsers. Now, if you're looking to access justice in the country's courts today, think again, because judicial workers who are to facilitate the process for you will not be available. Now, this was after the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana declared yet another nationwide industrial action, which begins today, Friday, May 20. Now, the association called off a similar action in April after receiving assurances from government to meet the demand of members over their consolidated salaries. Now, addressing a news conference on Thursday, National President of Jussag, Alex Nate, said they are unconvinced government will carry through its promise, hence the decision to embark on the strike. He says they will resume operations only when their demands have been met.
The decision to embark on the industrial action, according to the national chairman of Jussag, is born out of what its national president describes as the feet dragging by government to frustrate the implementation of the consolidated salaries, which have since 2015 been approved by the Chief Justice and the Judicial Council.
We cannot comprehend the delay stratagems employed by government in the letter directing the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations to refer the Presidential Committee to meet the Judicial Council. Jussag was not copied. Jussag has always resorted to dialogue to have our issues addressed. But it looks as if the good faith we have exhibited, the respect for state structures, our commitment to working hard to sustain the justice system is not being taken serious.
But Labour and Employment Relations Minister Haruna Idrisu is impressing on Jussag to return to their posts, describing the strike as illegal. He adds that, contrary to suggestions nothing is being done about the concerns raised by the judicial service workers, a lot is being done by governments.
We will first is to appeal to them that under the labor laws of Ghana, we have to deal with each other on good faith and to share as much information as possible. Refer to at 815. They have failed to do so. And I'm saying that to say that nothing has happened, 2 meetings have been held with the government team with Jussag, and recommendations have been made based on the approval of the Judicial Council. But the Constitution says with the prior approval of the President. The President requested a committee chaired by Atu Forson to examine it and advise him. That recommendation have gone to the President, and Jussag is aware that we are awaiting the President's approval.
But what is the situation at the courts this morning as we speak? Already we are told that a number of people are stranded at the courts following the strike by the judicial service workers. My colleague Kwetenate has been monitoring the situation at the courts this morning and is joining me now on phone with a lot more. So Kwete, tell us what's really the situation there. Is it true indeed that quite a number of people are stranded?
I made a number of checks at the Supreme Court, the new court complex, and then the circuit court as well. The place was virtually empty. There was no activity there. The courts were not sitting. There were no judges there. The usually brisk activity at the court was non-existent. I saw many of the clients and lawyers stranded. In fact, some told me that they were not aware of the strike. Some had come from far, and they came there very early. As at 7, they were there, but they were told that the courts were not sitting today. So many of them were loitering about when I met them at the court.
Disturbing situation there. So it means for many who traveled far and near, I mean, for instance, if someone had to leave Tamale and come to Accra for a case, what's going to happen? Did you even get any such person to speak to, and how frustrated was he or her?
There was this particular case where a police prosecutor had brought someone in handcuffs to the court, but they were told that the court was not sitting, so they were just loitering about. The lawyer was making calls to see when probably or what they can do in regards to that. So that's how bad the situation is at the court.
Right. Kwete, many thanks for that update. And that was my colleague Kwete Nate, who has been monitoring events at the courts this morning following a decision by judicial service workers to withdraw their services over government's failure to harmonize their salaries and allowances. But that's how we wrap up on News Desk this morning on your Joy News channel here on Multi TV. Remember, there's a lot more news when you visit www.myjoyonline.com. My name is Kwabena Chenchen Boating. Up next is Joy News Interactive with Benis Abubedi. Many thanks for your company.